How's it going, Nate? Welcome back to the Great Green Earth. This is the channel where I help get your lawn from browning and disgusting to green and beautiful in less than under a year. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button down below. So without further ado, let's get down to questions. So a lot of you guys have been asking just about products. The reason, and that is actually the reason that I started this channel. So in the United States, you can get a lot of chemicals and different things to treat your lawn. However, up here in Canada, we have a lot of chemical bans on chemicals like 2,4-D, quinclorac, dithiopyr. You can't get any of those up here. So a lot of people ask me various questions, even about fertilizers. You know, a lot of the people down in the States push Milorganite. We can't get Milorganite up here. So people ask me tons of questions about where do I get my products from, because they see them on the States but they can never get them up here, and it is a real frustration. Let's go through a couple products that I have with me here, and I'm going to tell you what I do to combat them. So we're going to talk about seeding, weeding, and fertilizer. So for seed, I'm going to encourage you guys to go to your local farm store and pick up seed. That is where I've had best success in picking up quality sod rated grass seed. The Scott stuff is fine, however, it is mixing. Some of the mixes, the blends aren't very good. A lot of times I find if you want to find a good blend, you got to get their premium grass seed, and yeah, their blends just aren't great. I haven't really had great success with the Scott stuff other than the easy seed. So I'm going to encourage you guys, go to your local farm supply store. The one that I support is TSC. They are not a sponsor, I just go there plenty of times. So if you guys want to check out some of the seed that I have, it's linked in the description of almost all my videos, the main seed that I use from TSC. You can head up there and pick it up. Second, fertilizer. I get a lot of questions, people looking for natural fertilizers. Now, I do have a very hard time finding these. It's one of those unfortunate things that I don't really think you can find a lot in Canada. But that cornmeal that we put down as a pre-emergent, that would be considered a natural fertilizer. That was very low on nitrogen, very low on potash, and it is an organic product. So if you're looking for a natural fertilizer like Milo that you kind of want to spoon feed your lawn with, you can pick that cornmeal product, once again available at the TSC store, and throw that down. That will also give you some benefits against weeds. When we're looking at fertilizers, I tend to promote a lot of Scott's products to beginners. There's nothing wrong with Scott's, guys. They're just a bigger company, and you know their products are more basic, but there's nothing wrong with Scott's. So you know, if you get their spring fertilizer, put it down in the spring. In the summer, I would definitely suggest utilizing their Max Green fertilizer if you're looking for that extra punch of iron. So that would be the equivalent to ironite in the States, I guess, because that's one of the heavier iron fertilizers that you can get in Canada. And then for fall, you can use the Max Green, and you can also use their fall fertilizer. You can use their Summer Guard in the summer. They got a large variety range of products. I'm going to link them down below at different times of year. But yeah, I would definitely encourage any Scott's products for fertilizer. They're easy to get, and they're great. For those of you who are looking to step up from a Scott's product, or you're looking for something more basic like a starter fert, a 16-16-16, or something more heavy on nitrogen or with urea in it, you can also head to TSC on their website. They have tons of different fertilizers there. So if you're looking for something a little bit more complex, head to the TSC store. I have the ones linked in the description down below. That's how you can get a little bit more complex with yard fertilizers, staying above the Scott stuff. Not dissing the Scott stuff, it's great, and I would definitely recommend to beginners. Just use the Scott stuff, put it down in the times that they recommend on the bag, follow the dial with your Scott's fertilizer, and it's super easy, and you can just throw it down. Weeds. This is the tough one, folks. I get a lot of questions about finding weed killer and in Canada because it has been banned for sale. And I get a lot of questions about pre-emergence in Canada and different things like that. The pre-emergent one I can answer simply. What you got to do is go to your local farm supply store, or you can buy them at Scott's now, and they have a cornmeal product. So if you put that down, it is a really heavy application, but I can tell you from experience, it does work at suppressing the weeds. It's not as effective as a chemical barrier, which completely stops the weeds, but it works as suppressing them. So if you guys get that cornmeal product, it will definitely help. Do not put the cornmeal product in junction with seeding. It just doesn't work that way. So if you guys are looking for a pre-emergent, the cornmeal product is a great opportunity to buy that, and that's available at your local TSC store. Post-emergence, there's not much else that I can tell you. other than they're just not available. I would probably say the best option is to find a local lawn care company that can come and spray for you. You can get Fiesta, which is the over-counter product that's in Scott's Weed B Gon. Fiesta is iffy on if it kills things. It kills easy stuff like dandelions and other things like that. Once you get into spurge and knotweed, which I got a problem with, and clover, Fiesta starts to really have a problem. And you also got to nail down more than one app of Fiesta. So normally you got to nail down 2 or 3 Fiesta apps in a row to be able to finally kill the weed. So not the biggest fan of Fiesta, but if you're looking for something, it is available. But I would definitely suggest contacting a local lawn care company. Normally they're pretty cheap and they will come and spray for you. I think that's the best thing you can do for weeds. Crabgrass is a big question I'm getting, especially right now because of the heat. There's nothing you can do about crabgrass. All you gotta do is bag your clippings in the fall, so you'll bag all that seed up and hopefully you won't see the next year. And if you get it, you can grab right at the bottom and pull it out most times. So if you get it early enough, you can pull them out. So that's what all you gotta do about crabgrass, just pull it out. And yeah, that's it. For insects and other things like that, I know that Scott's has just put out a testing grub out on the market. I believe it has something to do with nematodes. Nematodes are another great opportunity to treat grubs. They are expensive, just like most kind of natural things up here in Canada, but it's the best option you can do for insects. So that's what I would suggest for that. So I hope that answered that question, kind of going briefly through all those products. If you have any more questions, specific American products that you're looking for in Canada, leave them down in the description below. I will be ready, available to answer any questions in another video like this. So here's another question I got. How to level an uneven lawn. My lawn is flat in context to my landscape, but it feels very uneven while walking on it. So this is a tough one, especially up here in the north, because we get a lot of freeze and thaw and it moves things and it heaves the ground. I certainly have not really had problems with a bumpy lawn. Just specifically on the geographical location that I live in, our soil is very, very sandy. Plus, as soon as you start using a riding mower, that thing is basically a lawn roller while you're driving it all over your lawn. What I would suggest is core aeration can help. So if you core aerate your lawn, that can help. And then go over it with a lawn roller after you core aerate it. That can kind of help smooth things out a little bit. If you're really looking for a smooth lawn, you can top dress with a very, very thin layer of sand. If you're looking for more details about that, I would suggest check out Connor Ward's channel. He makes a whole bunch of videos on that. But other than that, yeah, getting a lawn roller and rolling your lawn is a great way to help smooth things out. Core aeration is another great way to help smooth things out. But yeah, bumpy, uneven soil is a problem, especially if you have clay. So what I would suggest is get a lawn roller. You can normally rent them pretty cheap, fill them up with water, roll them all over your lawn. That will kind of help smooth things out for the time being. Don't go crazy with the lawn roller because it really compact things, but just roll it over the lawn. It should help smoothing things out, and then core aerate in the fall. And that will hopefully help smooth things out as you're walking on it after you core aerate. When those holes fill back in, it should kind of help level things out a little bit. Obviously, mowing tall, as I suggest before with mowing heights, if you're mowing at 4 inches, you're not really going to have big problems with scalping a bumpy lawn. It might feel a little bit bumpy to walk on it, but other than that, mowing tall is another great opportunity to make sure that when you're looking out on your lawn, you won't see, bumps and scalped areas and different things like that. So another question I got is, what are your thoughts on humic acid and sea kelp for the lawn? So I'm a big fan of natural products. Humic acid helps retain water in the lawn and just really promotes root growth and all out health of your lawn. Sea kelp is the exact same thing. It's a natural product that helps retain, it will help retain water, it drives roots and everything like that. If you notice when you plant a tree, sometimes you put kelp around the bottom, sometimes you put bone marrow. It's kind of like that. It's a little bit of like a supplement. So think of it as Fertilizers are kind of like your food. You know, when you eat a meal, a fertilizer is your food. But then the sea kelp would be like the vitamin that you take in the morning to make sure that you have all your nutrients. So that's my thoughts on them. I'm a very big promoter of them. Have problems finding them up here in Canada, as I recommended before. You can order the next products from down in the States, but the shipping will kill you. I definitely think the better route to go is when you're looking at fertilizers. A lot of times, a lot of them have macronutrients built into the actual fertilizer. So you'll have your NPK, and then if you check the label down below, they'll have magnesium, sulfur. Sometimes you can find stuff with sea kelp and humic acid, sometimes. If I could apply next products, I really would. I definitely like sea kelp and humic acid for applying products in the middle of the summer. So when the lawns are really struggling in the middle of the summer, you don't really want to push them heavy with fertilizer and nitrogen. But if you could apply sea kelp or ironite or something that's just pure micronutrients, it really helps make that difference. So yeah, I definitely think they're a great option for lawns. I would definitely recommend putting them on a summer pattern if you're going to do them. Make sure, don't go crazy with them, they're just micros. But yeah, I definitely do think they're a really great opportunity. And I'm going to look into more to see if I can find somewhere where I can find them, and then I'll make sure to shout it from the rooftops once I find somewhere that you can get it. Final question of the day. What is your experience reviewing equipment for small lawn owners? So I did live on a small lawn for a good portion of my life. I can recommend anything from the Toro line. So last year when I worked landscaping, I cut with a super recycler, a Toro super recycler. So I'd definitely say if you're looking into lawnmowers for small lawns, definitely look at a Toro super recycler. I would really love to do some more mower reviews. So Toro, if you're watching this, send me a mower, please. Yeah, I would really love to get into more mower reviews, or so if this channel gets big enough, that'll definitely be something that I'm doing. But yeah, Toro Super Recycler is a great residential mower. Definitely make sure that you invest in the personal pace. It really makes a difference depending on if you have a little bit of a larger lawn. Definitely, if your lawn is kind of pushing a larger level, look into the Toro Time Master. That's a 30-inch personal pace mower. That is one of the mowers that I really want to get. I know lots of people who have them and they just love them. So that is definitely, if you have a bigger lawn and you're looking for a lawnmower, look at the Time Master. And then also trimmers. I definitely highly recommend the Toro Flex Force trimmer system. This is a battery from one of them. The 60-volt Flex Force system. It's pretty great. I've been using the trimmer now for 2 years. I invested in the blower. I know they have a battery-powered mower. I believe they have a hedge trimmer, an edger. They have a few other options for this 60-volt max system. The batteries charge super fast, they last super long, so definitely if you're looking to get into the residential market, I would recommend looking at a super recycler with the personal pace, and then looking at the Toro Flex Force system for a trimmer and a blower. That's basically fills out your hole. You got a mower, a trimmer, a blower, and then somewhere in the future, if you're really getting into lawn care, you can invest in the lawn striper for the Toro mower. Or maybe you want to up in size a little bit, you can go to a super recycler. I know the question was about small lawns, but if you're looking at anything big lawns, if you're looking for a zero turn, the Toro Time Cutter is a really great zero turn. And if you're looking at anything entry line ride-on, don't get anything from the big box stores. Make sure you invest bottom line John Deere X300, which is the mower that I have. It's been great. It's almost 5 years old now, never had a single problem. So that's it, yeah. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode of The Great Green North. I hope I answered all your questions to the best of my ability. If you guys have any more questions or any clarifying details about your questions, be sure to leave them down below. I'm definitely free to answer them. And if you guys leave a like on this video, I'll definitely make another one as long as you guys keep throwing the questions at me. So from The Great Green North, my name is Wade Murray. Thank you guys for watching this video, and keep it green.